I wouldn't want to do this for anybody else in the country.
What do you guys feel like the connection will be with you and the university, given that you all spent time in other places almost longer than you've been here in most cases, but obviously you're ending your college career here?
I can probably say, coming here was kind of different for all of us. We was a brand new team with a new coaching staff, and it was pretty hard in the summer for us. Like just all the hard work we was putting in and trying to learn the system, and the season came kind of fast for us, I can say, and it came like faster than we thought. Next thing you know, we on the court with Tennessee, one of the top teams in the country, getting beat down, and we didn't really know what was going on. And I feel like all that stuff made us better, and we wanted to be more connected after that, and it turned into a brotherhood, and we wanted to play for each other, and we just hold each other accountable and said it'll never happen again. No matter the wins or losses, we just won't lose like that again. That hurt us. We had to live with that from the fan base all over the country, and they hurt us, but we turned it into some fire, and it made us better. And late in the year, I just felt like we got better from those things. Getting beat down on your home floor, that either can break you or make you better, and I feel like that made us better.
Is there a point that you guys felt connected to the community or the fans at any particular point where you kind of realized that?
Gotta say the Bahamas, maybe. That's really when we found our identity, and we started really finally getting the love that we deserved, and people realized that we weren't the same deal, and we just wanted to go put it on for the city, make everybody happy, ourselves happy, and that's what we do it for. We do it for the name on the front.
I know you got the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament to go, but the regular season now is over. Do you feel like you met expectations of what you thought it was going to be? You exceeded them? How do you view what you guys did in the regular season?
I feel like we did what we were supposed to do. Of course, we wanted to bring the Ville back, and we feel like we did that. But, now that we're here, we set bigger goals for ourselves, and we believe in each other, and we know that we can make a deep run in March. So we're most definitely not satisfied with no regular season. We got to go to this ACC tournament. We need the fan base to come with us, rock with us, and go down there and try to win the ACC and come out with a good seed in the tournament and try to go deep in March. And we believe in that, and that's what we're going for.
If you guys could just talk about the fact that, you had a whole new team. None of you guys had really played together except for, Rain and James played at Charleston with Coach. But just kind of talk about just the chemistry of having so many new players getting together and how long it really took for everybody to get on the same page.
I mean, from day one, we clicked. Everybody's winners. Everybody that Coach PK recruited, they're winners. I mean, that's what type of guy he is. That's what type of guys that his coaching staff is. They just recruit winners, and when winners connect like that, it's just really easy to play with each other, connect, on and off the court too. There's not one person on this team that doesn't like somebody, and that says a lot about each other. In the locker room, we could talk to each other however we want. We know it's still love at the end of the day, and once we leave that locker room, we're still brothers. So that's what I love about this team. Where nothing's going to divide us.
Yeah, no, we're not going to let you off this easy. Could you talk about the ACC tournament a little bit and what you guys expect and how tough it's going to be and who should be favored and so forth?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's definitely going to be tough, but like we were saying, I think we're one of the best teams in the country, and we've all bought into each other, and we've showed you guys and the fans that all season long, and we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing in the ACC tournament. Hopefully, come out with the championship. So.
Yeah, focusing on this game today, you guys held them, held them to 18 points in the first half. What about your defense? I was working so well today to be able to just, get a bunch of misses out of them early and really be able to build that lead up.
Probably to fix it. And I say that sometimes that we scout and we want to do certain things, but once the team does it and we can't do what we scouted, it's kind of like fix it, like switch whatever. And we knew they had a good player on their team that's really big, and our guys took the challenge, like Noah, James, Kadir, Javon, like all those guys that guarded them, and they made them they made this night tough, and all we had to do was stop the guards from getting downhill a little bit. And credit to them, they really good players, but I just felt like we took a lot of stuff away tonight and made it hard.
For anybody, for any of you three, Coach Kelsey, of course, emphasizes defense. Did you guys buy into that right away? Did it take a while to kind of come to terms with that, or?
I mean, I feel like it took us a little bit. We talk about our defensive percentage a lot. And 3 months ago, it was at 38, and we brought it up to 70. So I think the past 3 months, we really all bought into it and locked in, and I think that's why we're playing how we are playing right now. And we're going to continue to keep buying into it and doing what we're doing. So.
Yeah, PK also likes to say that he thinks that teams kind of take on the qualities of their coach. How do you feel like you guys have how do you feel like that he's kind of rubbed off on you during the course of the season? Your first one playing for him.
Just probably not no off days, as far as like when we come in and like you can be tired or sleepy or anything, but when he come in the room, it's like, oh yeah, let me get up. You know what I mean? Like he come in there with a lot of energy, screaming. He's just a different type of cat. You know what I mean? In a good way. Like I've never experienced nothing like him. He's just so passionate about like coaching basketball and stuff like that. And then he make you want to like run through a wall for him. And like once we really seen that he's bought in and passionate about what he's talking about. And you don't want to lose with a guy like that. You don't want to sit and film with a guy like that after losing. Like you just don't want to. Like it's just not comfortable. It makes you like want to go out there and win the next game because it's like, man, he's stopping the play every time, picking and choosing. He picking you out. He don't care who you is. And like that makes us better. It makes us like play like a lot much harder. He'll respect if you play hard, but he don't respect like anything soft, no excuses. So I feel like that he taught me a lot about stuff outside of the court. Stuff get hard. You just gotta keep going and finding a way.
Anything else for the guys?
Oh my God! Holy fuck!
Here, Russ. Come on, Russ, wake up.
Lord.
Noah, just for you, I know, coming off, you finally got the brace off, and it really seems the last 3 games you started to get really comfortable. How's the thumb feeling, and do you feel like you're starting to get into a good rhythm right now?
Yeah, no, I definitely feel a lot better. I'm going to say like 90%. So that's been helping me a lot. But it's not like me, it's our whole team, like we've been saying. Like everybody just clicking at all cylinders right now. And we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
This question is for Terrence. What was it like to have your son share that moment with you on senior night? And what will you tell him down the road about your time here at Louisville?
That he witnessed something great. I feel like he was born at the right time in my life. When I first got here, I didn't know what to expect. And me and my girlfriend, we moved down here, and I didn't know what to do with her. You know what I mean? I kind of took her out of her job, what she was doing in my old school, and she trusted me by coming down here with me and stuff like that, and we had a beautiful son. And I think that was the best thing that could have happened to me in my life, and it's been a different experience for me. Just going home to him, nurturing him and stuff, and just helping her as much as I can. It just was great, and I didn't have nobody like that for me who played in college who I can look up to when I was a kid, and one day I can always show him like you was out here and you witnessed something great. A team that came together. Some of us knew each other, played against each other, but we didn't know how to play with each other when we first got here. I just felt like I'm always telling him, like, you witnessed something great, at the revival. And I know PK will probably still be here, and somebody's going to have to beg him to stop coaching. So hopefully he can come here and be a card one day. But, yeah, it's just great. It's a different type of experience. I can, always go back and show him pictures. And I don't really have that when I was young. So, I'm going to make sure that I have that for him when he get older.
Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for the season, man.
Thank you.
All right, if everybody's ready, we'll just go ahead and have Coach Kelsey starts off with an opening statement.
I mean, it was a magical day. It was special. The atmosphere was unbelievable. We honored a phenomenal group of young men that have done a lot to lift up this city and to reestablish the Louisville basketball brand, which, you know, as we all know, its rightful place is amongst the best teams in the country. I give the crowd today so much credit for obviously the impact they had in the game, their belief in us. I thought the fact that they stayed, and it seemed like everybody was there. I mean, it was packed afterwards for that ceremony, and that meant a lot to those guys. It meant a lot to me as a head coach. You know, Kyle's done a great job with that team. I feel bad, and I want to say this publicly, and I'll say it to him privately as well. Probably didn't handle the substitutions the right way where I was trying to get those guys honored in the end. Probably not the right thing to do in terms of, you know, kind of disrespecting your opponent a little bit. So I apologize for that, and I'll be better moving forward. But, you know, you guys know me in these press conferences. You always want to ask me questions about, you know, the postseason and things like that, and I'm only worried about the next team, the next team, the next team, the next team. For one day, you have me in a day where I don't know who the next team we're playing is. So this is kind of one time where I'm like, I don't know who I'm preparing for right now. So you can kind of take a deep breath and get above the trees. And I always tell our guys, you know, perspective from when they walked in for Summer 1 in June 5th. We broke the year down into these segments, and we just focused on that segment. It was Summer 1, Summer 2, then it was fall pre-practice, then it was preseason practice, then it was non-conference, then it was conference, and then it's ACC tournament, and the last one would be the NCAA tournament, which that one doesn't matter right now. It's our sole focus is on the ACC. But when you look back over that journey, it's been a fun one with a really, really special group of men and women as part of our 25 strong, and I'm blessed to be their coach.
So questions for Coach Kelsey, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Go ahead.
Instead of asking you to look forward, ask you to look back. Before the season started, did you think 25-6, 18-2 in the ACC was possible? Have you exceeded what you even thought?
I mean, I told somebody the other day, I'm convinced we're going to lose every single game. It's just how I prepare. I think that fear of not preparing and not putting our guys in the best position puts me in this maniacal mode to just kind of do what I do. It's you know, sometimes your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. You got to kind of be able to balance that a little bit. But no, I mean, I always, that's just how I am. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's probably not very healthy. I'd like always see all the ways that number 42 for Stanford could have 90 on us, because he can't get 90 because nobody ever does, but he's a problem. And so no, I never thought that we win a certain number of games or this or this. I mean, I have a confidence and a belief in who we are, what we do as a staff, and what we do in terms of building our program. And so it usually works out for us. But man, I didn't think we'd be in this position right now. But it's been so much fun. You know, like I said, I was just kind of Joe Bag of Donuts, mid-major guy, and Josh Hurd took a chance on me. And, you know, the fear of letting your guys down in preparation is one of those things. But, like, you know, just working your butt off every day to make Josh look good, that he made a good hire, that motivates me every single day. And he's a great leader. He's become a great confidant and a friend of mine. and he's doing an unbelievable job leading this athletic department. And so when I sit here today, when I don't know who the next game is, it is a little bit of that sense of like, he could have hired a million other people that are probably more qualified than I. He took a chance on me, and we've done right by him. So now it's the next thing. Let's go to the ACC tournament and work our butts off to be able to climb up a ladder and cut down nets. There's no guarantee. We just got to win that first game, whoever the heck that is.
Coach, I know you said that, you put this team together, you went out there, you recruited guys, but until you get them on the court and you get them out there, you really don't know what you have together as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk about this team as kind of the benchmark moving forward for every other team. You only have one first team. So how important is what this team did do for you moving forward
I've
as a
had
coach?
13 of them now as a head coach, and it's like at Louisville. Yeah. Oh, gosh. You're right. I mean, I've said this before. A bunch of guys are from parts all over the world that didn't know each other from anything, and we asked them to love each other on day one. It's weird for a bunch of 21, 22, 19-year-old guys that are, I got teenagers. They're too cool a lot, and you need to love him, right? It's the uncommon commitment to the guy next to you. And in today's day and age with NIL and money involved and the aspect of professional sports that we're in, and people ask me, I didn't know, is it going to change? It's like, we're not changing. It's about us. It's about winning. It's about your teammate. And if you're not about that, don't come here. And I give my staff a lot of credit for identifying those type of guys, and that's the type of locker room that we have. They're a joy to coach.
Yeah, Pat, you talked about, since day one, showing the guys that little PowerPoint presentation about trying to get them to understand just what this program means. So to go from that moment to then, to have a guy like, a Chucky today, kiss the Cardinal bird at
How cool is
midcourt
that?
as he's getting checked out. How does that make you feel as a coach to feel as if, they finally got the message, just how much this program means, for Chucky to do that today?
Because I feel, even though these guys are here for 1 year, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for the fan base, but gosh darn, I think they're going to be beloved and revered and held up and remembered for a long, long time. And how cool is that? I mean, Chucky had a magnificent career at Wisconsin. He hit the shot to win the Big Ten title, maybe as a freshman. I don't know if it was a sophomore. Went to multiple NCAA tournaments. I mean, Greg Gard's a phenomenal coach, and that's a great program. And he was a major part of that. And and he's got a special place in his heart for that place, But for him to come here and go all in on being a Louisville Cardinal, even though it's 1 year, and to walk out there before he checks out for the last time and kiss the floor, that is storybook, And I'm so glad that those guys and Chucky had that moment today, because it was special.
As you've kind of alluded to, senior night is drastically different from when you got into coaching, and the guys were there 4 years, and this team is totally different in that respect. So how special is this group to you, given all of the challenges you had putting them together and then getting them to play at this level?
My life has been nuts for the last 11 and a half months. Awesome. I mean, one of the most exhilarating, exciting times of my professional life, but there's so much that goes into taking a new job and moving your family and the emotional parts of that, and the effort that goes into building the program back up. And again, you take a moment right now, take a deep breath and go, man, what a journey. And these guys were a part of that, and I'll feel indebted to them and tied to them and connected to them because of what they did and what they've accomplished in this city and lifting it up again. I'll remember it for the rest of my life. But they're not done. I mean, obviously they're not done. Like, these guys are hungry. There wasn't even like a big celebration in there. It was like, next thing, right? That's the off day tomorrow. Find out who we play by tomorrow, and then we'll turn our attention to preparation, and we'll just be about the next thing and going down to Charlotte, trying to win an ACC championship. So I hate when you guys make me start like talking about something else besides the next thing. But you caught me today. You got me.
I did want to ask you about the next thing. You brought up the ACC tournament. How do you see that stacking up?
I mean, I really haven't given it one thought because it was just Stanford. Josh asked me earlier in the week, hey, are you all set for the tournament? Logistics, tickets? I go, Josh, I have no idea. Where's it at? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I knew it was in Charlotte, but
all the teams, though, so
yeah,
you know what
but
you're getting
in terms of like the seeding and stuff, I haven't taken 1 second to go like, okay, here's the 3 or 4 teams we may play based on. I haven't. I have no idea. So, you know, I have great respect for every coach in this conference and for every single team, and I know whatever game we play, you might know the 3 or 4 we might play. I have no clue. It's going to be a really, really tough game because they all are.
Earlier, I asked Terrence about experiencing this moment with his son.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know, you know, what it's like for you to experience that with yours.
Yeah, man. Thanks for bringing that up. What a special moment. He walks out with his newborn son, his namesake. You know, just see him with those big dimples and that big smile on his face when he walked out. And he's just such a neat kid. He's going to be an extraordinary dad. And then you asked me to be able to share this journey with my children and my son. You know, my girls don't want to be at practice every day. You know what I mean? They don't. My son, he does. And, like, it's like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. I don't want to, like, talk about it because, you know, I don't want it to stop because that cat wants to be in the Kieber Center every day. He gets picked up from his school, and he comes to the practice facility every day. How cool is that? Stands next to me at the national anthem. How cool is that? The greatest responsibility I have in my life is to be the best father that I can be. And the job my wife does at home, you know, raising those kids and who they're turning out to be is a tip of the cap to her. But, man, it's so cool. And, again, that's, you know, Dr. Schatzel and Josh Hurd lets me do that. And I think I'm the best version of myself as a professional, as a coach, because they allow, you know, the family and the professional life to kind of mix like that. So it's special, but thanks for asking.
Seeing back on this game today, you guys gave up 18 points in the first half. I asked the players about just the things that were working for you all on that end of the court, and Terrence said that kind of came down to you guys fixing things, things that you thought that you could do defensively, but then when the game starts and you realize you can't do that. Could you speak to maybe what some of those fixes were for you all to be able to really hold them in the first half and build up that lead?
You know, we took post trap on and off, right? Because he's a very, very good post player. So sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. You know, we varied up our ball screen coverage. We were being aggressive and affecting the ball and jumping the ball, and then we kind of went to a curveball a little bit and didn't jump it as much because they used the pick and roll to obviously attack and score. But you know, he's a major threat going gravity toward the rim and gravity away from the rim because he can shoot it so well. You saw some of those threes he reined in today. So he makes you, and Kyle's a really good coach, and he makes you make tough decisions on how you're going to guard that pick and roll because you're susceptible to the pick and pop. And then it allows him to get into the post and get deep post position. So our guys do a great job of adjustments. Sometimes the adjustments come from them. You know, I thought Brian, as you know, our defensive coordinator, does a good job with that. And they're like, I got a bunch of coaches. James Scott took this game personal now. Like, obviously 42 is decorated, and he should be. He's a pro, but I always just focus on the next thing. I think I found out that James was kind of doing some Stanford scouting over the last 2 weeks or so because there's no way he could have come in 10 minutes after the game and already knew 5 or 6 things that he wanted to do to defend that kid in the post. So that's just the type of basketball savant that he is. But they're all like that. And when we make adjustments, they make them really well. I told you guys a long time ago at a press conference, it amazed me when we went into the first workouts in the summer, and I was like, putting a couple things in. They were like, bop, 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 got it. I'm like, holy cow. And I think that's one of the things that makes them a really good group.
And then one more for me is that Rain, he had a boot on today during the game, took it off for senior day. Just how is he doing? And that moment with him, him being the only player that you coached for all 4 years out of this group. What is his status heading into next week's tournament?
Yeah, I don't have an update. Obviously, Katie could answer that better, but he's a tough kid and he's going to get treatment like crazy, and hopefully he'll be ready to go. But I got no update on that. Yeah, I've seen him go from a boy to a man. If you saw some of the pictures, when somebody sent a picture the other day, he's going to kill me for saying this. We should find it, put it on social media. It was like right when he got to Charleston, he's like, first time traveling away from home, the other side of the world. And we're like, hey, man, you should go to the beach. So he goes to the beach with a couple of the guys, and they took a picture. He looks like he's 11. Looks like Johnny. Just to see how he's developed, as a person, as a basketball player. He's a special kid. It's awesome to have his family in from Australia for this. Heartbroken for him that he didn't get to be on the court today and experience. He did, but he wasn't out there, and I know that hurt him a lot. And there's very few guys I've ever coached that's tougher. So, you can bank on that kid's going to work his butt off over the next however many days to hopefully be ready to go when we get to Charlotte.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you.